All right, what's going on, everybody? Now we're going to go ahead and break down our solar campaign. You guys, anybody who's been in this business for a long time understands that there's certain things that are booming and there's certain things that are not. And when it comes down to solar, that's definitely booming right now. I specifically live in Arizona. Right now, there are more people on the streets trying to market and sell solar than anywhere else in the world, I feel like. But right now, we have a golden opportunity for everybody to be a part of. Now, we do take live transfers on solar. We re-verify all of those calls, make sure they meet our criteria, and we direct them to the appropriate target. And we also have another campaign that's an appointment campaign, and it's a CPA campaign. I got to tell you guys, there's never been a better opportunity to make money in solar than there is on a CPA. You have a vested interest really making sure that these sales are actually getting made. And I'm telling you, we got some of the best salespeople in the entire country selling solar right now, and they work with us. So this is where we have a true partnership. We have true transparency. We'll be able to give you guys absolutely everything that you need. Currently, it's a little bit more analog. The reports come via email. That's kind of how we are able to keep on top of everything. Now, the important things to understand about solar CPA versus solar live transfers. Solar live transfers they work on the same buffer. So we're looking at 120-second buffer after we double verify those calls. So there's a 120-second buffer there. And then what you got to worry about on the appointment side is the sales cycle. So on the live transfers, it's weekly net 7. That's just what the payout is. That's how you make money. But on the appointment side, it's a little bit longer of a flow schedule because it takes about 35 days for it to install. So once a sale is made, we don't get paid immediately at that point. We get paid after install. So just because somebody said, hey, I want to do this and hey, we're going to get it done, they agreed to everything, signed terms, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to make it to installation. And that's a very, very, very big factor that I want everybody to be aware of up front when it comes down to solar appointments versus solar live transfers. Now, the return on what you can actually make on the appointments is probably 10x what you can actually expect on the live transfer side. And you could just imagine what it looks like. So right now, I don't know if everybody's familiar with kind of how kilowatts work with solar, but we pretty much get paid on the size of the system. You know, how many kilowatts does the system actually produce on a daily basis, which will dictate, how much we could actually charge for that and what the expected commission will be. But it's important for everybody to understand that on the appointment side, it takes 35 days to make it to install on average. Sometimes it's a little bit quicker depending on our installers and what their backlog looks like. But right now, business is booming when it comes down to solar. Everybody wants to take advantage of the tax credits because for a lot of you guys who don't know this, in the U.S., we offer a lot of tax credits for solar. And this is what allows it to be a no-brainer for a lot of the customers. They spend $3,000 or $4,000 on a system, but then the government gives them back that money as a tax credit to write it off to offset what they spent, where it becomes a no-brainer. So essentially, they're getting a free system that the government is giving back the money as a tax credit. And, the people who are typically buying solar systems, they're paying taxes. So those people who are paying taxes are definitely looking for those tax credits to help them, be in a better situation when it comes down to tax season. Now, in addition to that, I want to make it extremely clear to everybody that when we talk about pay schedules for live transfers versus the appointment side, where we're working on a CPA model, on the live transfer side, we're looking at a weekly net 7. Okay, that's what the terms are. Weekly net 7 on the live transfers, but the payout is substantially lower. And then on the CPA model, we're looking at 35-day installation, net 7. So we process commissions every Friday. But you think about, we sell a system today, okay? We sell a system today. It will, at a minimum, be, September 16th by the time that system actually made it to installation. And if we look at the calendar, September 16th, that is going to be a Thursday. So September 16th is the Thursday. The system gets installed. That Friday, the 17th, is when the commission will actually be paid out. Or excuse me, the following Friday, the 24th, is when that commission will actually be processed and paid out. It'll be net 7 after the installation date, which is extremely important to remember. You guys pay attention to that because I don't want people to get confused. So on the CPA model, it's a little bit more cash flow intensive. If anybody needs help with that, as far as, being able to sustain and things like that, we're always willing to have a conversation and see how we might be able to assist anybody who needs any help, especially on the solar piece. So we definitely want to have that conversation. We think it's going to make sense for a lot of you guys, because instead of you guys making, $60 a call, now you're making $1,200 a deal. $1,200 a deal. That's where the numbers just start to change completely, where you're looking like, whoa, I was selling a $60 call, and now I'm making $1,200 a deal. And that's kind of where we can have a completely different conversation. It's not a static payout for solar on the CPA model. It's important for everybody to understand that the payout is dependent on the size of the system. So obviously, the bigger the system, the more money that we make. Smaller the system, the less money we make. And this is kind of where we're looking for volume. And the more volume we do, more production we can have, more commissions we generate, the more money we all make. So this is kind of what the campaign looks like for solar. If you guys have any questions or any concerns at all, please reach out to your campaign manager. We're more than happy to clarify anything that needs any additional clarity. Schedule a call with Rita and I if you guys want to take advantage of any of these campaigns. So that way we can help anybody who needs any help. Thank you guys for taking the time. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.